On a small mountainside in a remote countryside, there was a poor couple living in a makeshift house made of bamboo. The wife, named Lanh, was gentle and patient. The husband, named Vinh, was fond of playing, drinking and gambling, and did not care about his wife's hard life. Every morning, Lanh carried vegetables to the market to sell, rain or shine, without a word of complaint. Vinh, on the other hand, lay around the house all day, sometimes sneaking out to play cards at the coffee shop at the beginning of the village. He used to be strong and was the hope of the whole family. But then poverty gave birth to cowardice. Money was running out. No matter how much Lanh made, it was not enough to pay off her husband's debts. One afternoon, when Lanh had just returned from the market, Vinh threw the blanket on the ground, his face pale. "I owe Thuck in the neighborhood 20 million. He said if I don't pay, then..." "Don't blame him for being cruel." Sister Lanh was stunned. "I don't even have 20,000, where do you get the money to owe?" Vinh lowered his head, his voice hissed. "Then bet on the lottery. I thought I could get it back." Silent for a while, Vinh suddenly turned to look at her, his eyes cold as money. "Or, you just agree to go out with a woman once. Men spend money, they don't do anything." Sister Lanh was shocked. Her heart ached. She couldn't believe that her husband would say such words. "What did you say?" "I'm your wife." Vinh didn't say anything, just gave her a vicious look and walked out. That night, Sister Lanh sat alone by the fire. Tears silently flowed down her thin cheeks. Her life, since marrying Vinh, had never been peaceful. Now, even her dignity was being bargained for. The next morning, without saying anything, Sister Lanh quietly left the house. On her shoulder was an old basket. Inside were a few bunches of vegetables and some sweet potatoes. She did not go to the market, but went to find Mr. Thuck. But what she did not expect was Mr. Thuck, the person Vinh said was the creditor, burst out laughing when he heard the story. "Lanh, don't worry. I would never force anyone to do that. When I was young, your mother helped me when I was seriously ill. I will never forget that favor. I will consider your husband's debt erased. But you, don't let that man make you suffer anymore." Ms. Lanh burst into tears. It was the first time in many years that she cried, not because she felt sorry for herself, but because she felt relieved. Back home, Ms. Lanh packed her things. Vinh was surprised. "Where are you going? How much did Mr. Thuck give you?" She answered briefly, "I don't need any more money. I will not live with you another day." Vinh rushed forward to hold him back, but Ms. Lanh looked straight into his eyes. "You not only sold your future, you also sold your wife's dignity. I've had enough of living like this." She took her bike, turned around and walked away. Behind her was the sound of Vinh screaming and smashing things. But this time, she didn't turn back. A while later, people saw Ms. Lanh renting a small stall in town, opening a clean vegetable shop. With her diligence and kindness, she was loved by many people. As for Vinh, after being abandoned by his wife, he was in debt, wandering around begging in the market. Everyone looked at him with dismay. Life gave everyone a fair ending. Ms. Lanh, a gentle woman who had been trampled on, now lives peacefully, without tears. A woman can suffer, but no one deserves to trade their dignity to pay for the mistakes of others. Sometimes, leaving is the way to save yourself.